This is your Daily 10, non-calculator video 5. Make sure you pause the video and attempt the questions before you watch the solutions. Here's your first question. So here we're looking for the smallest of these four numbers. Because one of them is recurring, it's often useful at that point to quickly just write out the number a little bit longer. We're looking for the smallest one. Well, each of these start with 2.3, so that doesn't help. So we go to the next number. So we've got 2.31, 2.33, 2.33 again, 2.30, because that one is the smallest, that is going to be the smallest number. For the second part, we've got the largest number, so again, might be useful just to put a few more numbers after it. So we start off by considering, all of them start with 7. The next number in each case is 1, so 7.1, 7.1. So the first number after the decimal point doesn't help us. So we'd move to the second number. Well, the second number after the decimal point here is a 0, so that doesn't help us. 7.11, 7.11, 7.10. So we definitely know it can't be these two. So we're just working out which of these two is the largest, because this has got more in the third decimal place, comparing 1 and 0. This must be our largest number in the list. Here's your next question. So for this question, what we need to do is prove that this square can fit perfectly inside this circle. Now again, it's a non-calculator question, so we are going to have to work a little bit with surds potentially later on. So the first thing we've got is that if we're trying to work out if this can fit in the circle, the largest and longest part of the square is actually its diagonal from one corner up to the other. Well, as soon as I draw that onto the square, I'm noticing that we've actually created a little right angle triangle here. With this being a square, that tells me that this side here is also 6 centimetres, and we've now got a little right angle triangle where we know two sides, and we're wanting to find this side here, the third side. So if we label this up as if we're going to do Pythagoras, with A and B as your two short sides, and C always the longest, we get that A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Well, here we get 6 squared plus 6 squared equals C squared. 6 squared is 36. 36 plus 36 is equal to our C squared. 72. Therefore C is the square root of 72. Now I don't know what that is without a calculator, so I'm actually just going to leave that for a moment and come back to it. What we were trying to prove is that that side, this root 72, is smaller than 10. So the only thing I need to try and prove, or need to try and show, is that 10 is bigger than the square root of 72. Well, we know that the square root of 100 is 10, and the square root of 100 is bigger than the square root of 72. Therefore, in my mind, that proves that 10 must be bigger than the square root of 72. So yes, the circle can contain the square, so the square fits in the circle. Here's your final question. Now this question is going to carry 5 marks, so it's quite a large question, this one, that we're going to go through in a moment. So here we've got a Venn diagram showing the number of farmers that grow barley and wheat. So remember, this little symbol here represents the total number of farms represented on the total diagram. It's even given us little clues, so there might be a number out here that don't grow either. The number in the centre are the farmers that grow both wheat and barley. This is just wheat, if we cover up that section there is just barley. So let's see what information we've got that might help us fill this out. So we've got here that 70 farms grow only wheat or only barley. So this is representing this section here, this little curved bit, and this section here. So altogether, those are 70. There's nothing we can actually fill out at that point, so we're going to have to go down to the next line. It says 4/5 of those 70 farmers actually grow only wheat. So my first calculation is 4/5 of 70. So remember, we need to do 70 divided by 5, which is 14, and then times that by 4. So double it again, gives us 56. So 56 of the farmers only grow wheat. So we can put straight away 56 in here. If 4/5 of them only grow wheat, 1/5 of them, or the remaining from the 56 to 70, must only grow barley. So we know if we take those 56 away, 14 are left, and those 14 only grow barley. It then tells us that the number of farmers that grow wheat is 3 times the number that grow barley. The big thing that we're missing here is we don't know how many farms grow both. So at this point, what I'm going to do to try and help myself is say that that is equal to x. We don't know what it is, we're going to work that out. Now at this point you might be able to guess it. You might put a number in and find that altogether the number of wheat farms is 3 times the number of barley farms. That won't always work, especially if it gives you some numbers that end up being decimals for other questions in the future. So what I'm going to use is a little bit of algebra here. We know that the total number of wheat farmers is going to be 56 and this x, whatever number it's going to be. Now we know that that is equal to 3 lots of the number of farms that grow barley. So 3 lots of 14 and x together. So I'm going to write 3 lots of 14 plus x. So what we've done here is formed a little equation. First thing I need to do is multiply out the brackets. To the left, that stays the same. On the right, 3 times 14, 42. 3 times x is 3x. So what we've got here is an equation with letters on both sides. I need to try and change it so it's only got letters on one side. So my first thing is I'm going to take this x away to give me 56. But if I take an x away on this side of this little equation, I've got to do the same over here. So that would give me 42 plus 2x. I'm just solving a normal equation now, so I'd take 42 away from both sides to give me 2x on this side. 56 take away 42 is 14. With 2x equals 14, x must be 7. So I can now go back up to the diagram and replace the letter x with 7. You may have guessed that already. If you did, well done. You'll still get the same number of marks. Just to prove, 56 plus 7, that means altogether for wheat there are 63 farms. For barley, 7 plus 14, so altogether 21. So yeah, this is 3 times the number of barley. Now the only thing that we're missing now, and probably one thing that a lot of people would lose a mark for, is we haven't actually checked if we need a number on this line here. So farms that don't grow either. Well, altogether we've got 56 plus 14 is 70, plus the 7 in the middle is 77. We knew from the start that there are 100 farms altogether, so we simply need to finish off by saying 100, take away 77, which is 23. So there must be 23 farms that go on the outside there that don't grow wheat or barley.